Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be presenting to you another type of email scam known as the email lottery scam. Let us immediately get to the explanation of how the scam works. Lottery mails are mails in which it is specified to the victim that they have won a substantial amount of money via a Gmail internet lottery and that they need to submit personal information so that they could claim the substantial amount of money. You'll first be asked to provide the small amount of information, but once you contact the scammer with the first portion, they will ask for more. And this information may range from your credit card number to your personal identification. The reason they request a small portion of information first is to see whether you're interested within the offer or not, or whether you believe them or not. But yeah, if the victim gives away the credit card information, it's not going to be long before they get contacted by their bank about the numerous transactions being pulled. The basis of the scam is very simple. Send these mails to as many people as possible and hope that someone uneducated enough falls for the scam. These scammers will often pose as major lottery companies. Now, these scammers like to say that they've been drawing emails from all World Wide Web websites from around the world, right? Which means that your website might have been taken as part of the competition. I want you to immediately know that if someone contacts you that you won something you've never signed up for, it's a scam. But yeah, they're going to use this excuse of there being a balloting system, pulling information from the internet, pulling mails from the internet, and combining them together and pulling a single mail out, right? And that mail then earns the money. And that's not how lotteries work, right? They're going to say that these lotteries are sponsored by other companies, brands, but that's not how it works. Most lotteries work by other people giving money into one big collective pile and then one person winning. But yeah, there are two ways the scam can go. The scammer will either steal personal information as mentioned above, or request for an upfront payment. As said, the scammer will mask this upfront payment as a one-time fee, which is the last barrier which stands between you and the payment. And this is known to cause an impulse within the victim. In another variation of the scammer will pose as an overseas company, specifying to the victim that they need to fly over to a specific country and sign some papers so that they could get the prize. But they say, you don't have to do this. You can hire someone. You can hire a legal practitioner to do it for you. You just have to pay us a specific amount of money to do that. And the victim goes, okay, so I'm getting this much money and I have to pay this much to get a legal practitioner. Of course I'm going to do it. But the problem is they don't know that they're going to get $0. And they're going to be paying a specific amount for the legal practitioner. So it's a loss, masked as a win. Real lotteries won't ask you to pay any type of upfront fee, whether that be tax. They won't ask you to sign any type of remittance papers or anything like that. Now I'll read out one of these mail examples for you. If you do not want to listen to this, I suggest you skip 2 minutes of the video if you do not want to listen to this. But this is exactly one of the mails I've received. Winning notification. We are delighted to inform you of the result of the email address ballot lottery draw of the Australian Cash Out Lotto BB International program, which took place on 9th March 2007. This is a computer-generated lottery of internet users using email addresses for draws. This lotto draw is fully based on an electronic selection of winners using their email addresses from different worldwide websites. Your email address attached to ticket number and then provides a ticket number with serial number and then it provides a serial number. Drew the lucky number and the bonus ball number, which subsequently won you the lottery in the second category. You have therefore been approved to claim a total amount of $250,000 in cash credit file through a computer balloting system draw from 900,000 email addresses from Canada, Australia, United States, Asia, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Oceania as part of our international promotions program, which is conducted annually. This lottery is being promoted and sponsored by a conglomerate of multinational companies as part of their responsibility to the citizens and the communities where they have operational base. Furthermore, your details falls within our European representative office in Africa, Nigeria, as indicated in your play coupon, and your prize of $250,000 will be released to you from our regional branch office in West Africa. We hope with part of your prize that you will participate in our end of year high stakes for $1.3 billion international draw. Our agent will immediately commence the process to facilitate the release of your funds as soon as you contact him. How to claim your prize? Simply contact your claims agent, Barista Duke Nelson at mail, and the mail is provided, by filling this form below and send it to him to file your claim. Lottery winner application form of payment. And now you can see this form here. it asks for a small amount of information. It doesn't really ask for any scary amount of information or something they could use against you. As I said, they're gonna use this small amount of, they're gonna use the fact that you send them the small amount of information as proof that you're interested in the offer, right? If you obviously send them the information, you are interested in the offer most of the times, if you're not out here cashing scams. So once you do send that, as I said, they're gonna look for money, for an upfront payment, and they might look for your personal information to commit identity theft. Now, there's one more important part of this mail. It talks about the urgency and it threatens you most basically. And this is an important element present in most scam mails of this nature. So it says approved for payment. Please quote your reference, batch, and winning number, which can be found on the top left corner of this notification, as well as your full name, address, and telephone number to help locate your file easily. For security reasons, we advise all winners to keep this information confidential, and then in brackets, very secret, from the public until your claim is processed and your prize money remitted or released to you. This is part of our precautionary measure to avoid the double claiming and unwarranted abuse of this program by some unscrupulous element, equally to guard against non-participator unofficial personnel taking undue advantage of this program. Note that all winning must be claimed by a stipulated time, on or before 28th March 2007. Otherwise, all funds will be returned as unclaimed and eventually be reabsorbed into our next Lucky Dip sweepstake. Congratulations once again on your winnings. Yours in service. Sincerely, Barry T. Stanford, Online Coordinator for Australian Lotto Incorporated. Now, obviously, the scam involves using names of multiple lotteries from different countries, including the British Online Lottery, Cash Out Lotto BV. And really quickly, I just want to hop in to say that this lottery does not exist and is completely made up by scammers. You can search it up and multiple consumer fraud reports will come out talking about the same mail I presented of the International Lottery and then email address ballot lottery draw of the Australian Cash Out Lotto BV International program. Now, I read you a shortened version of the mail. There was way more names in the mail, right? That version would be too long for the video. But yeah, the email is highly repetitive and it contains numerous gibberish phrases which make no sense. They're desperately trying to sound professional, but the way that they form the sentences just makes no sense. They do use professional words, but you can see the structure is fraudulent, and this is one thing you can do to detect all of these scams, right? This repetition along with nonsensical sentences just signals that this is a non-professional mail and that this is most likely written by someone not fluently speaking English. And if this claims to be an Australian company, then it's bound that they talk good English, which is not the case here. And obviously conclude that this is a scam just by looking at this one fact. So yeah, I want you to remember that no legitimate lottery uses email to notify the winners. They usually use an app or SMS in some cases. One more red flag here is that the scammers use a free Yahoo email account and not a personalized Yahoo email account, or generally just a Gmail account. They use claim agent Duke Barrister 07 at yahoo.co.uk for correspondence, which is inconsistent with the practices of legitimate lotteries, or at least those that do contact their winners using Gmail. The email exhibits poor writing quality, excessive and incorrect use of capital letters, and lack of proper punctuation. These are clear signs of fraudulent communication. False claims are made about the lottery being promoted and sponsored by a conglomerate of multinational companies as part of their social responsibility. This is completely false. There's no type of social responsibility to the citizens of the country where the operational base of these conglomerate is, right? Remember, if the lottery claims to be international and governmentally funded like this one, it's going to be on TV and it's not going to be on Gmail. So that's one more fact, one more thing that exposes the scam. The last part of the mail urges the participant to keep everything a secret because talking to your relatives about this might alert them and might cause suspicion. Use the excuse of double claiming, which is often used, but most of the time this cannot happen. You can tell your friend about the lottery winning without any risk of double claiming. Your friend will have to steal all of your physical personal information and then provide it to the company which is holding the lottery, which is most of the time not going to be happening. Now, if you see that there's this sense of secrecy and it's being backed up by the fact that the double claiming might happen, you immediately want to throw away this email as it's 100% a scam mail. No actual lottery will make you keep your winning a secret. Now, one more thing legitimate lotteries don't do is threaten their users with disqualification if they don't provide the information in the correct time. Now, these lotteries have a way longer time range of accepting documents, up to like 4 months, while this one has like a 1 to 2 week exception period. Now, any type of urgency, if you sense any type of urgency within the mail, which is there without any reason, you should immediately throw it away. No real lottery will reabsorb your money and put it back into another lottery in case you don't say so. So there's no threatening within any real lottery mail. You're gonna have the option to take it or not. If you don't take it, it's gonna be stored until you want to take it. And there's probably gonna be a 1 to 2 year limit, right? But this lottery offers a 1 to 2 week limit, which is obviously not in any way conventional, which means that this is a scam mail. So to provide to you as much value as possible, I'm going to give you a list of fake lottery names which you can use. Now, obviously, if you do get a lottery mail and you think it's real, you should check if it has one of these names in it, and you should check if it has one of the mistakes I've mentioned in it. If it doesn't have any of these mistakes and doesn't have one of the names I will link below the video, then it might actually be a real lottery. But I would still proceed with caution, and I would ask ChatGPT and give them details. Give ChatGPT the details of the lottery, and if ChatGPT tells you that the lottery is legitimate, it actually might be legitimate. So yeah, check the list of his name, check for the signs. For when it comes to immediate action, if you get pillaged of your money, your documents, anything of that sort, just contact the police and contact your bank. That's the two most important factors of immediate action. When it comes to secondary action, there's not really any software that can help against these fraudulent mails. So all you can really do is just educate yourself. So make sure to watch this video one more time. If you didn't understand something, watch it thoroughly and read the sources I will link below the video on lottery scams. And see you in the next episode.